Hello, my name is Robin Mitchell, and today Electropages is here at Embedded World in Nuremberg, and today I'm joined by
Nicolas Demoulin. Hello, everyone.
And this is the Microchip booth.
Exactly. Welcome to Embedded World. So my name is Nicolas Demoulin. I'm marketing manager at the Secure Products Group within Microchip.
And so today we're going to be looking at a range of security add-on chips, aren't we, like companion devices?
Exactly. So we are launching today a new set of family that brings secure authentication.
And that's today?
That's today.
Oh, brilliant.
The news is
All
today.
right,
yeah.
Fantastic.
And the family is really dedicated to accessories and disposable authentication. So it's really a wide type of market. It goes from consumer, medical, automotive, server, data center. Whenever you want to authenticate either an accessory, so it can be a board, an add-on board in a server, or it can be a disposable or consumable like electrodes, like a battery, that you want to make sure to authenticate in your overall system.
Now, security is one of those things in hardware that's become increasingly important over the sort of past few years. So what challenges do engineers face when they try to incorporate hardware security into their products?
The knowledge on security. If you talk to customers doing point of sales, they have the knowledge on security.
Yeah.
If you talk to customers that are doing a temperature sensor, or an electrode for medical application, they don't have security knowledge today. So what we're bringing with Microchip is an easy to onboard process to add secure elements and to start with security concepts, prototyping, development, and going into production. Because the production side of injecting keys and secrets into a secure element is also a very important step in the process.
Yeah, and so in the case of keys, if your keys aren't securely stored, and someone gets access to those keys, they can easily reverse engineer or worse, hack the system to do whatever it is they want to do. So
the solutions we are bringing to the market today are quite unique because they have a JIL-High certification, Joint Interpretation Library, which is done by third party.
Yeah.
And it's unique for accessory and disposable solutions, so very cost-effective solutions for performing symmetric or asymmetric authentication. And those solutions are also very low power, which is kind of interesting in the embedded system market when you have battery-powered solutions.
So the new security device you're bringing out, you're saying that they work side by side, your current, whatever platform you're currently using. Mm-hmm. Does that mean that it would work with an unsecure microcontroller that doesn't integrate security itself?
Exactly. It's solutions that can be that are fully microcontroller, microprocessor agnostic. So you can add them to any existing system in order to add embedded security, hardware security. And in the microcontroller, you just need to add what we deliver as the crypto auth library. So it's a library in C code that works on any microcontroller target, and that have all the callback functions to trigger the verification, authentication functionality from the secure element. Because the secure element contains the secure key storage, but also the crypto algorithm internally, and you need to trigger this internally.
Now, in front of us, we have what looks like a medical nebulizer. Do you want to go ahead and describe what's going on here?
Sure. That's a really interesting application because in the medical world, when you want to authenticate a disposable, sometimes in the disposable you don't have any PCB, any electronics.
Yeah.
And so we have also developed some specific packaging. Here it's a 3-pin. We also have a 2-pin.
That right there, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's 3-pin packaging, and with a simple connector, you just connect the device one to the other, and if the secure element contains the correct keys or certificates, when you perform the authentication, it just starts to operate. If it's the wrong key inside the secure element, it will not operate. And it brings safety and security to the patient, especially in the medical world, which is quite interesting and important.
So it doesn't just bring security to stop someone taking the wrong medicine. It can also stop somebody interfering with the medicine as well.
Exactly. If you want to make sure that the disposable or the consumable are genuine, that's really the way to do. Perform authentication of the pod or the electrodes or the breathing cable or whatever application in the medical field, for example.
Brilliant. And so in terms of the industries, it's not just medical. It could be anything that requires security, essentially.
Sure. One interesting market we are seeing today is the batteries for e-bikes, e-scooter, e-motorbikes, and where we are seeing a lot of customers implementing battery authentication for several reasons. The first one is that they want to make sure that the battery is genuine and operate nicely in the bike or in the scooter. But also they have developed some concepts of swappable battery. So you're riding with your e-scooter and your battery is empty.
So
you don't want to wait being at home or at the office to recharge it. Just take the battery in the charging panel, you swap the battery, you take a new one, and you continue to ride. So the customer experience is really nice. But you want to make sure that the battery is genuine. And also they have some interoperable way to have the battery operate in different types of motorcycle brands, for example.
And so I suppose that if you have a non-genuine battery, especially if it's using lithium, and you try and charge it with a current it's not designed for, that's when you can get fires and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
And so it's trying to it's not just like cybersecurity that you're protecting. It's also real world.
It's real world. It's customer experience. It's safety. It's security. It's all of this. It's
Brilliant.
Brand recognition and reputation. Yeah, definitely.
So what's the actual product series called? What's its actual name?
So today we are launching different products. One is based on ECC, so ECC 204, ECC 206. So it's asymmetric authentication. The second family is based on SHA, so symmetric authentication. So we have the SHA-104, SHA-105, SHA-106. And then we have a third family for automotive, so automotive certified, which is called the TA10, so Trust Encore 10.
And so it's and the security devices you're releasing, it's not just a code companion to the microcontroller, it's also disposable devices that work with that companion.
Exactly. It can be on a host, or it can be in an accessory or in a disposable and being authenticated by the host. And the beauty of the solution is that we have developed some solutions which are first agnostic in terms of microcontroller. And in some architecture, you do not need to have a secure element on the host if you don't want to optimize the cost. You just need to store, for example, a public key in the host microcontroller, which is public information, so no need to be protected. And with this public key, you can authenticate the accessory or disposable.
So you can have an unsecure platform, which doesn't matter, but because it's public key encryption, you could only the disposable part needs to have a private key internally.
Exactly, and this brings to another capability is to have a full ecosystem of partners developing different batteries, being authenticated by a host, and working together in the same ecosystem.
Brilliant. So one question I suppose engineers might have is that during the manufacturing of a product, keys have to be put onto devices. But the problem with that is that if the manufacturer, or let's say you can't trust a manufacturer and they get a hold of the key, that gives them the opportunity to essentially break those devices. So how does your new solution cope with that situation?
Yeah. So in addition to the secure elements, so the silicon and all the software environment we are providing to customers, we are also providing a unique provisioning services. So provisioning is secure programming, where we, through a secure exchange process, we onboard customer into our secure world, which is highly certified and highly secure, and where we're going to provision the keys on behalf of the customers and deliver directly either to
So it's internal to Microchip.
So it's an internal provisioning service.
So you get that kind of protection because you're controlling the supply chain.
We're controlling everything. It's in a secure world, secure zone, locked, monitor 24 hours a day with specifically trained operators and engineers to manage the provisioning system.
And customers can get those provisions customized to their solution.
Exactly, with unique custom part numbers and unique keys provision on their behalf.
So technically speaking, you could get Microchip to produce your own disposables where you don't even know what the private key is.
Exactly.
So only Microchip has control, like internal control of it.
And even Microchip don't know the private keys because they are generated by the secure element itself. But then we are generating all the certificates, for example, for our custom PKI that will be provisioned into the security.
And so even if your own company has a data breach, the devices are still secure.
Yeah, exactly, it's still secure.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
That's
and
fantastic.
a very interesting point is that as we are doing these provisioning services within Microchip, we have drastically lowered the barrier of onboarding customers in terms of minimum order quantities. So today, we are capable to offer a provision device for starting 2,000 units minimum order quantity.
That's quite low, 2,000.
Yeah, it's low. It's the lowest of the market.
Very low.
It's the lowest of the market.
Because those are individual chips, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you have to physically change parts of the chip itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really quite impressive.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's say an engineer out there wants to develop their own system and they want to use your trusted platform, whether it's their disposable parts or just for generic co-companion chips. Who would they speak to, and what's the best way for them to get on board?
So within Microchip, we have a specific team, a security team, FAEs, which are specifically trained on security and that can support customers. Knowing that if customers go and download the Trust Platform Design Suite on microchip.com, they have all the training materials, softwares, and secure exchange process available in this tool, and they are almost independent. But again, we have a pool of FAE that are here to support customers and on a daily basis, and that have been highly trained on our solutions.
Brilliant. Anyway, that was an absolutely fantastic interview, and thank you ever so much for taking the time to speak to us today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.